everybody! So today I'm going to be doing a eyeshadow tutorial, and I'm basing the look off of a book because I want to do a book review. So this is the color scheme of what we're doing. So I just finished this book. I really loved it. I annotated it. It's great. And with my book reviews, I like to match my makeup to the book. So my goal here is to follow this color scheme and so that we have a really nice comparison. So in order to achieve that, I've picked a couple products that I think will match that pretty well. We'll see how it goes. So the palette I'm going to be using is the Mikayla Part 2 Glam Light, but the 10 color palette. It's this mini palette. And I feel like these browns and these shimmers in particular match this palette pretty well. So I kind of have an idea of what I want to do. It's a loose idea. I always go into it with like a rough idea and then I kind of let it come together how it will. So this is the palette we're going to be using. I'm also going to be using my Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas eye primer. And in addition to that, I'm going to use a couple more products, and those will be About Face Fluid Eye Paint in the shade Light Transcending. So this nice warm kind of orangey brownish shade. I'm going to be using a black liquid eyeliner. You can use whatever one you want. I'm going to use the e.l.f. No Budge Shadow Stick in Rose Gold. Looks like this. And then finally, I might use the About Face Fractal Eye Paint in the shade Tin Pan Alley. And this is just like a really pretty champagne shimmer. At the moment, these are the products I'm planning on using. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to be using my eye base. You don't need a lot. And I'm going to be bringing it up to my eyebrow as usual, just because when I do these looks, I don't really know the direction that I'm going in yet. So I like to be prepared. And then if I have to clean it up and remove certain parts of it, I can. I don't think I'm gonna go for a super complicated look today. I think I'm gonna try to keep it pretty simple. I think I'm gonna do a halo eye. That's the direction that I'm going to be heading in. So I'm going to be taking this About Face kind of blending brush. It has cream product on it already. So I'm using this matte fluid eye paint as a kind of transition, as a really good base, because I want a really nice warm transition shade. So I'm really just blending that in with our eye base because they're both creams and they're both going to blend in really nicely. I don't care if it's messy. I'm just gonna go with it for now and see what happens. Next, I'm going to take, it's not really fluffy and not really tapered, but it's not a packing brush either. It's just like a plain eyeshadow brush. You can see the shape and the size of it. I'm going to go into the shade Charcuterie, which is this brown. And I'm just going to take it right on that part of the brush, make sure it's evenly distributed, and I'm going to put the shadow side up and I'm going to start tapping this into my crease. So I'm just tapping this in my crease to start adding our darker crease shade, because I really do want this to be a darker look. And this part is really just applying until you feel like you have a good amount of pigment. So now I'm putting the shadow side down and really pressing it in now that I have that placement of the color that I want. Now I'm going to clean the brush, and this is what we're going to do. We are going to take our clean brush on the clean side, and we're going to use that clean side to tap these edges out. This might take a minute or two, but it'll be worth it. It'll blend and look really nice and diffused. Okay, before we move on to adding a little bit more depth to the crease, I'm going to take the same brush. I wiped it off on this little microfiber headband that I have, and I'm going to use this little Essence Taupe It Up eyeshadow palette. This is honestly one of my go-to little mini palettes. It's $4 and the pigment is awesome, and I just love it. And there's this bone shade, this like, it's not pure white, but it's like ivory. And that I'm going to use to set right underneath the brow bone. And with what is left, I'm going to take that and tap it on the edge of that about face eye paint. And even if you just use like an eye base instead of the fluid eye paint, that is totally fine. You can see it just sets it. It doesn't take the pigment away too much, but it does set it and give it a more airbrushed look, which is really nice. So I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other side. So I'm gonna use the shade Tea Time. It's this really dark brown. It's not black, it's like a really dark chocolate brown. So I'm taking a decent amount. I don't want it to be overloaded with pigment, but I definitely want pigment. So let's just see how it goes. I'm gonna be placing this on the very bottom of my crease and bringing it down to my lid, because I don't want to take away that nice browny shade that we have, but I definitely want there to be depth in this look. And now that our base is set, we can start very lightly buffing this into our crease and above, into that transition shade. For me, I would like a winged out shape, so I do think I'm gonna take some extra pigment and just follow this in that direction and just really bring that into my crease. Yeah, like that. I think we're gonna go back into Charcuterie, which is our original brownie shade. That's how I would describe it. And take a little bit of it and just start tapping it on the edges of that darker shade. And just spend some more time blending it out. Okay, this is where I am, and at this moment I'm going to take a minute and clean up the shape of this eyeshadow. Just around here and a little bit here. And I'm just going to take this microfiber headband and just clean up any fallout and really lift this edge. I am gonna remove this inner orange. So now I'm gonna take a very small brush, flat brush like that, and I'm gonna take some of the Gerard Cosmetics on the brush. And I'm not really doing a cut crease, but I do want the definition of where I'm gonna put the shimmer. So what I'm going to do is, I'm gonna try to show you from right here, and I open my eyes so that my hooded eyes, I can kind of see where that top is gonna be. I'm just going to take this about halfway. It doesn't really have to be perfect, I just want that shape there. Now with my finger, I'm going to take the shade Aspire, which is this pretty shade right here, and I'm just going to tap that right in that inner corner. And to get a really sharp edge, I'm just going to take this eyeliner brush. It's really pretty. And I'm going to really load this up and take this right on the edge of the eye base. And then I'm going to build it up a little bit. Really pretty, I think. And then I'm going to take the shade, the Butterfly, which is this brown, but it has this really pretty green tinge. And I'm gonna take this and tap it in the center and on the edge of that gold. This is gonna be a different look. Oh, I think that's really pretty. Okay, and then one of the final steps is I'm gonna take black eyeliner, liquid eyeliner, and draw a wing. And then with that same eyeliner brush, I think I'm gonna take the About Face shimmer. Ooh, oh God. Oh, glitter. Okay, so what I've just done here is I've taken the About Face fractal eye paint and just kind of blended it on my eye. Because I just think it's really pretty, and that glitter matches this color really well. And I'm gonna tie it together when I do my foundation and use this in the inner corner as well. So I think it'll make sense. You don't have to do this. This is kind of out there, but I'll just show you what I did. I'm literally like just tapping this in spots and then just blending it out with my finger and just tapping. And I really just think it looks pretty because when I look straight ahead, it doesn't actually add pigment. It's more just like it catches your eye when I look around. I think that's really pretty. I like it. So I think that is it for the top of the eyes. I'm gonna do my full face and then I'll be back and we can finish up the bottom. I know that this is a weirder look than usual. The colors, you know, it's a little bit more out there, but I think it's really, really pretty. It's something that I like. I like to play around and yeah, so I'll be back. I'm back. Okay, so I did my full face. I tried to keep it brownier. Like, I actually used bronzer as blush, and then I did this warmer kind of lip gloss. Yeah, I think it matches like the transition really nicely. Anyway, so I'm going to first, you know, I said I was going to use the e.l.f. I don't think I'm going to use that e.l.f. stick. I think I'm going to use this Milani gilded shadow stick. It doesn't say what shade it is, but it's this really beautiful kind of goldy shade, and I think that would work really nicely in the waterline. So I'm just gonna run this on the bottom waterline. These are really beautiful. I don't use them a lot, and I don't know why. There's not a reason. I need to use them more, actually. And then on the top of my lash line, I'm going to use my About Face matte Kill the Lights shadow stick, and I'm just going to run this on the top waterline. And then I'm going to go back in the palette and we are going to use this brush again, and we're going to go into Charcuterie and we're going to tap into Chorico, and we are going to run this just on the outer part of our under eyes, just to make that liner pop. And then finally, I'm going to take a little bit of my Bone shade from this little Essence palette, and I'm literally going to take the smallest amount, and I'm just going to tap it on my inner corner. And with this little eyeliner brush, I'm going to take a little bit more of the glitter and just tap that underneath. And then I'm going to take my normal little baby fluffy brush, which is this little guy. I'm going to run it into my highlighter, and I'm going to tap it here, bring it up and across that brow bone. And then now I need to do mascara, and you can use whatever mascara you want. I'm going to go with my Huda Beauty. Okay, so this is the final look. Let me know if you like it. I really like it. I'm gonna change real quick and kind of style this a little bit, and then I will be right back. Okay, this is it styled. Just very basic flannel, necklace, earrings, just really, really basic. I thought this would look really cute because of that brown shimmer peeking in the middle. And yeah, so this is the full look. I think that it matches the book, oops, pretty well. I like, you know, it has the gold in there, going with the feather and the skin tone. I like the blue because it kind of matches the hat just a little bit. I think this works. I'm always open to you guys giving me a color combination or some kind of color pattern that you would like to see in a look. I'm always totally down for that, and any palettes that you would like me to try that you have your eye on. So I hope you guys liked this look. I hope you guys don't think it's too out there. I had some fun with myself here. Well, I had some fun playing around with makeup. I did some things that I normally wouldn't do, like using bronzer for blush, and actually I think it's pretty. So I hope you guys are all having a great day. Let me know what you think of this look. Would you wear this look? I think this, I don't know, I feel like it's weirdly wearable. Like, I know it's really shimmery and kind of crazy in that way, but I do feel like it's still kind of wearable. You guys let me know how you feel about it. So yeah, I hope all of you are doing well. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked this tutorial, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.